Hello again, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of Mangsvance Wars. The next map is called Devil's Playground, a very appropriate name because this map has mini cannons and silos, things that Mangs apparently likes a lot, so this has got to be a Mangs map, and the enemy CO is interesting to talk about as well. I think it's because of this map that we eventually ended up making all of the Black Hole COs be red in War Room mode. Normally in Advance Wars 2, when you select the Black Hole CO, they change all of the unit and building colors to black to match, so that is one way you can play as Black Hole in a War Room map. But you can't do that in Mangsvance Wars, because then the mini cannons would be shooting for you instead of the enemy, because the enemy would be forced into a different color. So let's look at the enemy CO, Spec. A CO that caused us a lot of trouble, both from a programming perspective and from a gameplay perspective. It was difficult to get him right. He apparently uses flak as target practice. Doesn't like flak a lot, I concur. So he's very interesting. His units have a constant counter break effect. That means that all of his units in direct combat will attack you first before you can shoot at them. But if it's not his turn, then they will only be shooting for half the amount of usual damage. So even though it's half damage, this is still very difficult to work with. Imagine if Sonya constantly had her counter break active. Even with the power penalty, that's going to be difficult to work with because you're unfortunately going to be doing less damage most of the time than what the damage preview shows you, because we can't get the damage preview, unfortunately, to show you how much damage you're going to do, accounting for counter break. So that's going to be difficult to work with. We have to be very careful about what kind of engagements we take. His regular power is very basic, and his superpower causes all of his units to become stealth for one turn, which basically means the game pretends that they've all dived like a submarine, and this was causing a lot of trouble from a programming perspective, and I'm pretty sure I still haven't gotten it exactly right, but I suppose if he gets his superpower, we'll see. On a map this small, he's not really going to get it, but hey, let's play it out and see what happens. As you can see, there are a lot of silos and a lot of mini cannons. I actually do like this map because the intrigue of having to dart around the different mini cannon ranges is very interesting. The original draft of this map had a lot more mini cannons, and they were overlapping each other's ranges. It was just really not good. So I convinced Mangs to let me nerf the difficulty here. So you can thank me for the fact that this map is now playable. Now let's see here. Where do I want to go? My first instinct is to steal the enemy's income. But then again, you also want to take the silos before the enemy is allowed to. I kind of wish there was like a simple button that you could push that let you check all of the mini cannon ranges at once, like you can in Fire Emblem these days. But whatever. I am going to... This isn't in range, is it? No. I'll get the neutral city first. And we'll just be building infantry for the first couple of turns. His theme is one of the cutscene themes from Advance Wars 2's campaign. We still haven't made unique themes for all of the COs. That might be a thing in the future. Let's see here. I will go and get this city first. And it's good to keep an infantry in range of the silos. Even if there's not much to shoot at, you probably want to be able to just fire at the silos before the enemy can. So this is good. And I'm going to want to get artillery very soon. Artillery are your best bet for shooting out the mini cannons. And oh, he actually fired. Alright then. If I'm standing on the silo, that's fine. I'll be hit by the mini cannon, but no matter. Actually, why don't I just go like this? Yeah, I'll do this instead. I'll finish off capturing this later. Because if he doesn't build anything from this base, I can just take it. And the AI should be attracted to hitting the capturing units. Luckily, that tank does not have one in range. Oh, but he might go for the silo now. That's unfortunate. Well, I don't really have much money for anything right now, so I guess I'm gonna have to just keep getting as many cities as possible. Let's see. I'm going to capture this as well. It's going to take a couple of turns because the mini cannon will be shooting at me, but that's fine. So he has that silo. And Yeah, I'll move this one down here too. I'm keeping as many infantry as possible in range of each silo. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get hit there as well, so it might take a while to actually capture the thing. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Stopping me from completing the capture the only way he knows how. So yeah, go ahead and join those up. And he built from that base. Now I can actually use the silos, so... I'm gonna go for this city, I think. I haven't gone for the enemy city yet, but I'll get to it eventually. So I'm gonna actually fire off the silos, because he's capturing my city, and I can't have that. This should put a dent in his money as well. That's also important. It may not seem like I'm doing a whole lot, but it's better to get rid of those early so that the enemy can't use them. I'll go ahead and blow this up. This will force the other infantry to start capturing, and I can build a tank here as well. I want to get artillery eventually, but it's important to keep the enemy numbers low if you want to clear this quickly. Okay, good so far. He can't stop me from capturing. He's into his mech building phase as well. So what should I do here? Finish capturing for one thing. Let's see. I can stand here, and this infantry will go for a capture. So, if he goes for a capture, then I'll be able to just steal his base. If he doesn't build anything, of course. Another tank. I'm worried about this recon. No way of knowing what it'll actually fire at. Now it's time to start capturing there. I could interrupt his cap, but it's probably not attractive right now, so I'll go for another city. So far, so good. Oh yeah, the goal of the map, by the way, is to destroy all of the mini cannons. I forgot to point that out. There's no enemy HQ, and I guess routing could maybe work too. But I'm not sure. I think if you make mini cannons the objective, then the game does nothing if you rout. Or maybe that's an alternate setting. I think I would have kept rout as a possible victory condition, so I don't think routing does nothing. So let's see here. I've captured this base, as you can see. I don't think there's anything he can do to stop it now. Well, he could interrupt it with that other infantry. In fact, I think he will. Time to get rid of his artillery that he just built. The tank is probably staying on that property. So, is this in range? Yeah, it is. I feel safe doing this. That mech will finish its capture. And the other mech is not in range. So, now what? It's probably artillery time. I'll get one up here and start working on these mini cannons first. This is looking pretty good. Oh, that base was actually in range of the mini cannon. Oh, but the freeze glitch occurred, so this infantry is just gonna sit still. I forgot about the freeze glitch. After playing Reboot Camp, I've forgotten how to do the freeze glitch, because it doesn't work there anymore. Alright. Ah yes, as you can see, even though I managed to KO that enemy, it still did some damage because of the counter break effect. Okay then. I guess taking advantage of the freeze glitch isn't such a bad idea. No, I don't want to do that. That's going to inflict a lot of damage because of the counter break thing. So I should have this captured on the next turn because the mini cannon can only reduce me to 4 HP. Oh, I didn't realize I wouldn't finish capturing that. Oh well. Blow this up. Good. The anti-air's probably going for the infantry, though, so... I've got money now, so tank over here. And it's good to shoot at the mini cannon once with a regular tank, because that'll save you a turn. So I'll get a regular tank up there as well. Yep, the mech is frozen. Oh, but he's capturing me. That's not good. I'll be able to get over there in time, I think. Let's see here. Shoot at this. So yes, the artillery does 45 without any boosts, and the tank does 15 without any boosts, so one tank and 2 artillery can take it out in one turn. And as soon as that mech finishes capturing, it's going to be frozen too. This freeze glitch is so useful. Yeah, I didn't finish capturing that building, but it's fine. I've got plenty more. Let's go here with the infantry. Oh, is that in range? It is. I've got another one. It's fine. Probably going to need some tanks. I've never had that central base be captured before. This will be embarrassing if I don't save it. Alright, what is next? I can build from down here, which is a huge advantage. So, first and foremost, start repairing. These mini cannons are incredibly annoying with their shots, and I've forgotten about the tank down here. But with the mini cannon destroyed, I can now shoot at it. Not as much damage as I would have liked. But that should stop him from KOing me, especially if I go on the used silo. Mangs really likes placing used silos, probably because of Advanced Wars by Web. Alright. This artillery is probably going to go for the northern mini cannons, so let's do this. I'm going to make an artillery down here. He's got his regular power. It causes units that have taken at least a little bit of damage to do a lot more. I don't think he has a lot of attacks he can actually make with damaged units, though. Oh, but he did manage to hit my artillery. I suppose I'll let that infantry take the city. It's not that huge right now. I guess I have to start repairing. But I've got a lot of money at this point, so the map is probably going to swing in my favor very soon. Or maybe it already has. Go ahead and shoot that too. And I can keep the freeze glitch going. It's so weird to be able to actually rely on the freeze glitch again. Once I learned what that glitch was, I think it changed my playing of War Room maps forever. It's only a matter of how quickly can I finish this. Because I do want a good score. Ouch. What's my technique looking like, though? I haven't checked. Okay, 4 lost is very manageable. I also think I'm getting a tad unlucky with some of the rolls here. Maybe I could get around to his base here. That would be good. I'm okay with just blocking it. Yeah, keep this going as well. And if I could jump from city to city while repairing, that would be pretty cool. Alright, let's focus on artillery now. It's going to be helpful to have it up here as well. I don't have any APCs at all, so my regular power is not going to be that good, unfortunately. This is probably not a map where you want to select the Lily. I mean, you can't even capture the HQ, so that's probably a given. Alright, so he did not build from the base down there. That's really strange, because he doesn't have a lot of, You know what, you can go ahead and capture that city. I don't even mind anymore. Maybe I should, yeah, I'll spend the artillery turn on that instead. That way I can blow it up. Oh, I could have totally trapped the artillery entirely. But if I capture, then it'll be forced to shoot the capturing infantry, I think. And then we could probably, like, chip away at this mini cannon with the regular tanks. 26 per turn. Yeah, I'll have that done with eventually. I don't think he can build much else at this point. Alright, so if you play the map correctly, then it's actually very easy. I do like this map, though. I like it when mini cannons are used in interesting ways. If you saw my playthrough of Advance War Story, haha, that recon, defeated itself, I suppose. If you remember my playthrough of Advance War Story, it has a very interesting map with mini cannons in it. And blocked. Maybe I could route the map. Do that. And I could probably chip away at the mini cannon. Oh yeah, I got this. There we go. Maybe it's time I start attacking these mechs, but spec mechs on cities are very difficult to defeat with infantry. So I'll keep up the artillery for now. Indirects are really good against spec. That's worth noting. I doubt that, spec. I doubt that. Alright, so we're wrapping up in just a couple of turns, I think. Glad I chipped at the mini cannon. I can get rid of it a little quicker. Is that the only one left? Oh, there's the one down here as well. So... yeah, I fired at it for 0 damage. Go me. Alright, that ought to do it. One more up here for good measure. Lost 5 units. I don't think I'll be able to get perfect technique. Oh, I should have built APCs, because then I could use my regular power and build that for technique. Let's see, if I had done 4 units, I wonder what my numbers would have looked like. Nah, just barely. I wouldn't have enough to get 100 tech. But yeah, that's Devil's Playground. I just realized that we're going to be doing 2 Mangs maps in this video. Oh, Actually, you know what? It would have been perfect technique if I'd built APCs and used Lily's power, but whatever. So that was an alright map. I don't really think it showcases Speck's true powers, though. He replaces Hawk, so if you play in the campaign and you get to Sea Fortress, then you actually have to fight Speck on Sea Fortress as Rickard, I think, and that's really, really difficult. We didn't make a custom campaign for this. Maybe we should, though. Anyways, on to the next map. Alright, the next map is Tunnel Trouble, and this map is going to be interesting for a number of reasons. I've been told that there is a huge issue with this map that breaks it, and if I see it over the course of my playthrough, I'm pretty sure I fixed it, but I'm gonna play it as is, and if I see the issue, then I'll know about it and I can fix it for the next update. Now, Tunnel Trouble is another Mangs gimmick map. This time around, there's no enemy HQ or buildings. They don't have any infantry at all. It's just a bunch of tanks, and you're up against a very annoying CO. And this enemy CO is actually very interesting, so let's take a look at him. Worm, a sort of parody of Sturm, because he's always calling people worms. And then I was reminded of the Worm Cult from Days of Ruin, so I made this entire creepypasta hack surrounding Worm and the Worm Cult. It has a lot of details to it that I can't really get into because I would be talking about it for ages. Anyways, Worm's abilities. He has more defense against indirect fire, so you're not going to be using rockets in this pseudo-defense map. And he has less vision, which doesn't matter because he's the AI in this map. His regular power just gives ground vehicles extra movement, which is good for him in this map. He only has ground vehicles. And his super is mass damage, and it gives him perfect movement, just like the original Sturm. Now, many of you out there might remember that in the original release of this game, I think I had this interesting graphical effect that takes place when you use Sturm's superpower. I eventually had to get rid of that because it was conflicting with a bunch of other weather COs. The idea behind that graphical effect is if you set the weather, normally there are only 3 weather types, right? 0 is clear, 1 is snow, and 2 is rain. If you set the weather byte to 3, then it creates this really awesome graphical effect where the entire screen has this red filter over it. It's actually really fascinating. However, it's not a real weather effect, and the game, at the start of any player's turn, will revert it back to clear weather. So I tried to take advantage of that to give Worm this really awesome graphical effect, but the problem is it was causing bugs with other COs and their weather effects. So I eventually had to axe that idea. But still, it's a pretty cool idea. Anyways, indirects are discouraged because of Worm's defense against them, so let's bring out the Neo-Tanks. It's mostly going to be me using infantry to clog up these gaps. Luckily, there's a bunch of cities there, so you have some extra defense in that field. And there are also some silos for you to use. So there's a regular tank there. Are there anti-airs? I don't think I put any of them. There's medium tanks, there's Neo-Tanks. And he might have perfect movement even on, even without his super, which is probably an error by me. Let's see. No, he doesn't. Okay, that's good. That's not an error. Alright, get to work capturing. Get some vision out there as well. Well, you can't get a lot of vision because the entire map is covered in forests. Right. I think I need... I'll put an infantry here. Not sure where to send the Neo-Tank first, so it's going to be here in the center, ready to move wherever it needs to. And infantry spam is something that you can do. I'm going to get a medium tank as well. It's a little bit cheaper. Reminds me of that old Mangs video. Are Neo-Tanks worth it? Sometimes they are in this map, sometimes they're not. All depends on how much money you've got. I definitely think the medium tank is... Oh, that's interesting. Oh dear. Okay, I think the Neo-Tank is going for that red city that I just finished capturing. You can't really get more than one Neo Tank or Medium Tank per turn. So let's go here. These guys are going to hold the defense. They're fine. I suppose now's a good time to start launching the silos. And I don't have an infantry to take this guy's place either. That's unfortunate. Small mistake. Try to hit as many covered tiles as you can. Odds are you will hit something in the darkness. And we don't have to worry about knocking them into repair mode. It would be very annoying if they were able to be knocked into repair mode. But that can't happen because there's actually no enemy cities whatsoever. And they can't capture anything. So repair mode is not something that can happen. I'll save the other silos for later. Might as well put guys on them. Neo Tank up here. And just keep going with the infantry. You've got to clog all of those gaps. Another reference to the worship of the worm in Days of Ruin. That was probably my quote. Okay, they haven't broken through that gap. They'll break through that one, but they might not be able to hit anything important. I'm gonna have such a horrible technique ranking in this game, I think. Alright, let's see if we can shore up the defenses. Because they're actually in the base now. I don't think this is how I intended the map to be played. But with all of them amassed right here, we can launch the silos at least. Okay, first capture. Move to block. And let's see here. I kind of want to... what should I do with a Neo Tank? If I could get the Medium Tank out of range, this would actually work for me. Okay. Medium Tank is going to block here, because I don't want to let anyone else in. That means I can do this. Yes, I know I'm hitting myself. I'm aware. I don't think there was a way to avoid hitting myself. Alright, that should be fine for now. I'm gonna try and maybe get a little bit lucky. No. Having an infantry on a mountain isn't doing you a lot of good. This should get him to join all of his units, though. That'll waste turns, so that's good. In theory, it'll get him to join at least a couple of units. Ah, yeah, he's got a Neo Tank, too. Alright, so he is joining some. That's good. They just keep coming! Alright. Time to start, breaking through the lines here. This is not good. Alright, if I could chip at the, tank here, that would be really great. Probably gonna need some time to think this one through, because my goodness, is this getting a little bit stressful. Let's go like this. That's fine. Please get lucky. You did not get lucky. That's unfortunate. Alright. I've lost 7 units already. This is not looking good for the tech score. Probably building there was not good for the tech score either. I really hope they're retreating in order to join with their allies. This map looks really difficult to get a good tech score on. But it is simply a defense map because eventually they're going to run out of units. You have bases, they don't. Right, I need some vision over here. Oddly enough. Right, I actually am going to go on the mountain for some vision. How about that? I wouldn't have seen this medium tank otherwise. Gonna have to build here, I think. And just join as much as possible. I gotta keep my units alive. That's the biggest priority. There's a lot of defensive terrain, which is really good. I should probably be getting mechs as well. Uh-oh. Here comes the mass damage. I've attacked his units too many times. Okay. We really do need to pray here, I think. He doesn't even need to destroy all the units here because... Oh my goodness. I must be playing this wrong. Look at how much I'm losing. I should be able to, clear out a couple of units, though. I just need to concentrate, and I'm sure I'll be able to handle this. I don't even have the money for a Neo-Tank now. Alright, block this. I really need that blocked. Seems to prefer joining his units, at least. No casualties on that turn. I can make a comeback. With all this money spent on repairs, how am I going to get Neo-Tanks? I've lost 15 units. How in the world do I salvage this? I probably don't need to be blocking that particular location any longer. Yeah, I just can't let there be any units with so low health. In fact, do that. Set this Neo-Tank here, and I can actually get another one. How many units have I destroyed? He's definitely joined a lot of units, so 8 units destroyed doesn't really mean a whole lot. 8 out of 32, so he's got less than 24 because of all the joining he's been doing. Ah, the map is called Tunnel Trouble, but his regular power is also called Tunnel Trouble. Maybe we should change that. But it's not really a big deal, I think. How would you cut that out? I'm trying to get a good tech score. I need to maintain my arbitrary get all S ranks over the course of this playthrough. Go on the... Oh, that's not good. What are you doing on my HQ? Get away from there. Alright. This should be fine. There's still some full HP medium tanks, but at least they aren't attacking the Neo tanks. No, I'm not using my superpower because there's no reason to. I don't have any APCs. I'm trying to S-rank all the maps with Lily. So that does mean I'm making just a couple of poor choices, I guess. Alright. At least the power score should be secure very soon. And very soon we should be able to see if the map has any issues like I talked about. Because one of the issues that came up in testing was that I had accidentally placed a unit on a mountain, and, you know, it's really weird. If you have a medium tank on a mountain, the AI just refuses to move it at all, even though it could come off the mountain if it wanted to. I have no way of knowing if these are all the enemy units, though. So if there is a unit on a mountain, then the AI won't be moving it, and I will have to, like, actively seek it out. And that means searching this entire map. So definitely something that I'm hoping that I managed to fix. Oh, there's still some full HP medium tanks. They've been clogged at that choke point the entire time. But I really gotta spam units for technique, because I have, how many lost? 17? I have no idea how many units I need in order to get above 85. Actually, shoot that first. If the 2 HP medium Neo tank moves away, then I won't have vision. Right. Assuming that's the last unit, how much longer can I take building units? I could take, like, a lot of extra turns building units because this map has a very lenient timer. There's still 20 turns left. I'm thinking that because the camera didn't, like, swing around the map, maybe that's the only unit that's left. I could always just keep up the spam until I have hit the unit cap. Will this show me? 33. Okay. Right, next turn I'm gonna build and then destroy the medium tank just to see if it's the last unit. And if it is not, then I know I've goofed something up. Never underestimate my ability to goof things up. That's not the last unit. Okay, so I have a rough idea of where the last unit probably is. There it is. Alright. Told you I had an idea where it was. I sure hope that's the last one. It actually attacked. Probably thought it wouldn't take that much counterattack damage. Alright, that's the last one. So there's a medium tank on that mountain. I definitely have to move it off, but at least that gave me time to spam enough units for technique. So, that could have gone a lot worse. So, next update, I'm removing that medium tank, removing it off the mountain. But that's Tunnel Trouble, and next time we will take on 2 more maps. So, see you next week for the next video, everybody. Later. I've got some work to do.